And there's so many things in life that are beautiful. To me, one of the most beautiful things was to be able to be a mother. Because I don't think everybody can be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a child, to me, is a gift of God, and it's up to you to treasure that child and provide for it the best way you can, especially love them.
Mm-hmm.
To me, love is a very important thing, because if you don't have love, if you don't love your children, your parents, your siblings, or your neighbors, what is there? Hate? Why, I don't hate my neighbor because she's got a bigger car than me. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
You know, to me, love is very important.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you cut it.
Yep.
If you don't have love, you don't have nothing. You know, it's like I had a neighbor. Her son was married and lost a child, which is sad, you know, when you lose a child. And after so many years, whether they lost that love or what, how could you live together and not love each other after so many years? And at this point, I even have a nephew. It's about 2 months now. He's been back home with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
He's married about 26 years. She doesn't tell me, but I think there's trouble in paradise. So you mean to tell me, after all these years, instead of getting closer, you drift apart? How does a person drift apart after living together, bearing children, raising? How do you drift apart? I mean, you loved each other from the beginning. What happened to that love? To me, love is a very important thing.
Yeah.
It's just like you get somebody that's not Caucasian. They'll hug you, so you hug them. The first time somebody not Caucasian kissed me was in Irvington. He was the mayor, and he was being installed. He bent over and kissed me. So he kissed me. So what the hell is the difference? I look at it this way. They're all God's children.
Yeah.
All right, there's good ones, and there's bad ones, no matter what.
Yep.
So that's it about love.
Okay. So if you were at a dinner party and everyone was sitting around in a circle telling about their lives, and you had just a few minutes, what would you want everyone to know about the type of life that you lived?
Everybody to know about what?
The type of life that you lived.
Type of life?
What would you want them to know in just a few minutes?
What I would like everybody to know, to have peace. Don't be too fault-finding either. Everybody is picayune sometimes on little things. Look for the best in people, because they even say that about a criminal. That even maybe a criminal has one good point.
Right.
Look for the good in a person, never mind the bad, because none of us are perfect. And we all have good points. The way I look, and you gotta find those good points. There's something good in everybody.
Okay.
That's what I think you should do. Is everybody looking for the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the good first. So.
Okay. So what brought you the greatest meaning and purpose in life?
What brought me?
What brought you the greatest meaning and purpose in life?
The greatest meaning in life? I don't know. My greatest purpose in life was being a mother. Because I wasn't, nobody knows whether they can be a mother or not. And I always looked upon that as being a gift from God. Being a mother. All right, maybe I was only a mother once. I had wished to be a mother more than once. But I was just blessed that I was able to be once.
Right.
I experienced what it was like to have a baby. How I remember when you have you're having a baby and you're moving inside it. It seems like unbelievable that you and I, or you and your guy, could do something to create a baby.
Right.
To me, that's a miracle. I don't care how you cut it.
Yeah.
I love you, you love me, we have a baby. We create it because we love to be with each other. And you create a baby. And to me, that's a miracle.
Yeah.
That sperm to the woman creates that. Do you know what? My son was small, 8 years old or 9 years old, whatever. He has some kids in the neighborhood, boyfriends. I guess they were talking about sex. And he came to me one day, and he tells me what these boys had said about sex being dirty. These two boys, their mother was living with a man. Maybe they had a different idea. So my son came to me and had the idea that it was dirty. So the only way I could tell him, at 8 or 9 year old, I said, when two people love each other, that's the most beautiful thing in the world, I said. And he said to me, do you and Daddy have sex? I said, well, we are married and we love each other. And he said, I'm glad you told me. At least he got a version that sex was not dirty.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So there's so many ways that people look at it that way. So.
Okay. So what has brought you, or what brings you the most happiness in your life? What type of things bring you the most happiness?
Oh, that's what makes me so happy. Like, say my son is 15 years old and he's sitting in my living room watching TV or something, and he feels like he wants something to eat, ice cream or whatever. So I get up and I make him a dish of ice cream. He said to me, Mom, why do you do this, for me? I said, because it makes me happy to be able to do something for you. That's what makes you happy, to do something.
Do you think that's true even if he wasn't your son? Do you think doing things for other people is where happiness really comes from?
It comes from inside of you. Even being happy to make a meal that makes your husband happy, or you're making something that makes him happy.
Right.
I feel if I can make somebody happy, I will do it.
Right.
I would do that.
And I bet you making other people happy makes you happier than doing something for yourself.
It makes you feel good that you are making somebody else happy.
Right.
It's like now, I'm here, not by choice, but I have no other choice. I can get up in the morning. It takes me 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes to get dressed, but so I do it. but I feel so helpless, useless, because I can't do nothing for nobody. And it makes me feel so useless. I truly think nothing and no good. I can't do nothing for anybody, and I feel so useless. And I don't like to feel like that. I feel like I want to help if I can help, or do what I can do. I know even my neighbor, she couldn't walk, she had 2 bad knees. As bad as I was, I asked her, you want me to do anything for you? If I could do it, I would do it.
Right.
That makes me happy, to be able to help or to do.
Well, you helped me every single day that I came here. You made me smile and feel good.
Oh, yeah.
So you helped me finish my rotation here.
Well, to me, I don't know, something I connected that if you were my son, I couldn't love you anymore. Really and truly. Because that's how I felt, you know. And I like a lot of people, but like there's something special about my feeling towards you. And I can't help it.
Well, thank you. It's very nice.
That's what life is all about. Love, peace, happiness. You know, I often think, like when I pray, I got my prayer book. Why is there so darn much hatred, so much bitterness and unrest? Why? Why? Because this one has a little bit more than you? That's jealousy. That's bad. That's bad. I don't care if I have purple rugs and red furniture. I couldn't care less. You know, because who has to have this because it has to match? Who cares? See, I don't care. I like nice things, but if it's out of my reach, who cares? It doesn't bother me.
Right.
If you had a red and green tie and a purple shirt, it wouldn't bother me. Couldn't care. That doesn't bother me. And that's what bothers me, is why. You know what my dad used to say, like, about the Italians. They used to be so jealous years ago. They would stab you before they would help you, you know. And he always used to say that about them. But it got to a point now, everybody's the same way. They'll hurt you before they can help you because you got a little bit more than them. And that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So, tell me about a few major crossroads moments. Tell me about some times when you had a big decision to make, where you could have went one way, but you went another way. And how did that decision turn out?
How I made the decision? There was a time in my life when my marriage was rocky. I was betwixt and between. My husband had a girlfriend, and I found that very difficult. But I took my son, I took care of him, I lived alone. I had my parents. Every week, my husband would come home on weekend, see us. I used to cook dinner if there was something wrong. And I went along like that for a year. One time I said to my dad, what would you say if I wanted to get a divorce? He nearly fell off the chair. Take it easy, darling. I said, take it easy. If he's living alone, he's got to take care of his own socks, his own meals. Let him go, which I did. I let him go. The end result, he woke up and realized that whatever happened, like I went to a priest one day and I wanted to find out what the problem was. He said to me, there are women in this world that do that and men cannot control themselves. They just go that way instead of going this way, you know. I lived with that for a year, and it made a bitter marriage out of my husband and me. We go closer, and there was nothing he would do for me now. And like I said, I lived almost 50 years with him. Because and one day I said to him, who do you want, me or her? He said, well, maybe I want both of you. I said, you can't have both of you. So I lived with that for a year, and that was a tough decision. But
it was the right decision.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I thought about it. I couldn't see my son with a stepfather. I didn't want to subject him to anything like that. So I lived it like that. And by the grace of God, I got through it.
Yeah.
And like I said, our marriage became very strong.
Yeah.
Because of the mistake. Like I said, you can't crucify anybody for a mistake. Because we all make them.
Okay, what is the best advice you've ever gotten from someone about life? And did you take that advice? And how did you use it?
I followed my father. I listened to him. Even I went with my husband for 3.5 years, and I was a year younger than my sister. Then I got engaged. We didn't get married right away. So my dad said something to me about, you're not going to get married yet, are you? I said, no. He said, well, don't forget you got your sister. She's older than you. I said, what do you want me to do, Dad? Wait for her? He said, no. But I took my time. It was 3.5 years before I got married. And like I said, when I told him for a divorce, he said, take your time. I listened to him. Because if I didn't listen to him, I probably would have been a mess. So I listened to him. And even when I was having the problem and I wasn't saying anything, my mom caught on because I was losing weight and everything. She said something about a problem. She said, ask your father, maybe he can help you. And my father had walked in the room when he heard my mom say that. He said, what's the problem? And Mom said, well, I told her she had a problem. To talk to you, that maybe you could help her. He said to me, let her go. He said, if she can't work out her problems and she comes to me, he said, then I will try to help her. That's the best advice he gave me. And I worked to myself. But he was always there if I needed him.
Yeah.
Which helped.
Yeah.
That's why I say parents are very important.
Yeah. What do you wish you could have learned sooner? So if you can go back in time and tell your younger self something, what would you tell her?
Geez, I don't know. Because as you go by your life, there's always something to learn. Whether it's good or bad, and you do learn by mistakes.
Oh yeah.
But I can't even pinpoint anything that I might have done different. Maybe there is, I don't know, but right now I can't pinpoint anything that I would have done differently.
Well, what advice would you give yourself if you could go back and give yourself some advice?
What kind of advice? I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be so soft. I was easy going. You know, if anybody hurt me and stepped on my toes, I wouldn't step back. I would go backwards because I don't want to get hurt no more.
Right.
I wouldn't hurt you because you hurt me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
If somebody hurt me for some reason or other and I felt hurt, I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. It's done, it's done.
Yeah.
That's the way I always felt.
Okay.
So
at this point in your life, what is the greatest fear? What is one of the greatest fears that you have?
I want to die. I know it's going to happen. I know it's reality. But I don't want it. And I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. They don't want it. I just hope that it's peaceful, quiet. So I hope I pray I meet all my loved ones. So. And I loved my sister. She was 10.5 years younger than me. I think I was like her second mother. Oh, how I loved her. I did everything for her a mother would do. I couldn't wait till the last minute to go to school, because if she woke up, my mom would let me go upstairs and take her downstairs. I had to wait to the bitter end so I could. How I loved her with them. And I loved all the little kids in the neighborhood.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. How can you not love a baby? You read about what the things that they do to their kids. It makes you laugh. How could they? They're sickos.
Yeah.
Sickos. Life is too beautiful and life is too short to look at the worst of it. Look for the best.
What role has spirituality and religion played in your life?
Oh, religion played a strong part in
Yeah.
my life. That's the way I was brought up, you know. You had to go to church on Sunday. You had to receive Holy Communion. You got married in church. And I know that there's so much different in the religion today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them have turned against the Catholic religion because of the sexuality that's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that has turned off. You know, you go to church and you get the Eucharist. How do you know the one that isn't given to you is worse off than you? You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't turn against it.
Yeah.
I just go with the way I was raised. That's it. I go to the services here. I receive my communion. I say my prayers. I pray my rosary. That's the way I was brought up. Did you ever hear of anybody still going along in life, that something maybe not so good happens, they'll say, "Oh God, help me," right? That's the first words out their mouth.
Yeah.
"Oh God, help me." And they don't go to church, they don't do nothing, but they'll say, "Oh God, help me." That's the truth.
Yeah. What do you wish you would have spent less time doing to find happiness?
To find happiness?
Yep. What doesn't really matter in finding true happiness?
I don't know. I'm just happy if the world is happy. If my family is happy. Like, if I don't see my son or hear from him a couple of days, I'm not happy because I know they say no news is good news, but I still would like to hear his voice or see him and know that he's okay.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy to know that your loved ones and your family are all okay. That's important. Because if your family, your flesh and blood, isn't right, you're not happy.
What do you think people spend too much time doing that doesn't really matter about happiness? Like whether it be their job or a fancy car or...
They're obsessed.
Yeah.
They've got to, husbands and wives. Your mother, she's young. I'll go back to my mother. They didn't leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
They cooked, cleaned, raised a family. Today, you don't find no togetherness like there used to be. You get a meal time in our house, 5 kids, and my father had a business. We all sat down to dinner at the same time, except one watched the store while we ate.
Mm-hmm.
The first one through eating watched the store so my dad could come in and eat. But we're all together.
Yeah.
Now, Mom is working a night shift, Dad's working a day shift, the kids are gone to school. Who's out on the street? Where is it? Where is it? You know, when I was a schoolgoer, I loved the little kids. I used to take it to my house on Christmas time, play with the trains or whatever. Even the mothers came with me. I was at a meeting one day as a schoolgoer. I was coming home about 8:30. I saw one of the boys that I crossed. I think his name was Danny. I said, Danny, what are you doing out? What are you, 13 years old? I said, what are you doing out at this hour? He said, there's nobody home. This person is walking the streets again. Now that is wrong. Why should you be out on the street if you have a mother and a father, or even one parent at home that is there when you go home?
Yeah.
Life is not a bowl of chilies.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When your kids come home from school, they open the door. Hey, Ma, I'm home. Right? They open the door. Nobody home. Mom is working because we have to have new curtains, or we got to have a new chair, or we got to get a new car. We all have to have a television in our room. We all have to have a telephone. I mean, that's fine. Telephones today are good, especially with what the hell is going on outside, you know. That they can pick up the phone and use it. Television, one room, one television. Everybody watches it. All right, as nice as you can have it, but don't knock yourself out and ignore the finer things in life so you can have 2 televisions instead of 1. Mm-hmm. They let personal things get in the way. That's the whole damn trouble. Too bad. Does that help you?
One more question. If you could give one sentence of advice to those younger than you about finding a happy life, what one sentence would you pass on to them?
What would I pass on to them? The one word is love. Love thy neighbor. Love the people down the street. Love it. Love is a key word. Because if you don't have love, what in the name of God have you got? That's the whole thing in a nutshell.